What's up? I'm Grizz. Welcome. Today we are starting something new. I'm going to be watching Link Click. Before we begin this, I would like to update or make a few things clear before we get started. One, I'll be watching this in the original language with subtitles for that. If one of the dubs, whether Japanese or English or anything, is better or more preferred, let me know. I can make a switch. It doesn't really matter, but I usually prefer to watch things in original format. So that's kind of just the way that we're going to end up going here. Two, I'm trying to catch up before the next season begins. So I may end up recording multiple videos per time I sit down to do this, which means that if you leave any comments on this, I may not be able to get to them or actually see them until I'm like 3 or so episodes more down the line. Doesn't mean don't leave anything. I still encourage everything, but at the same time have an understanding that I might be a little bit ahead just because I am trying to catch up for season 2, which I believe airs in like 2 weeks from where I'm at right now. So I gotta make some moves. Third thing being the 2 producers I see listed on here for this. I don't have any experience uploading things regarding them, so if this video is not even uploaded or if it gets taken down or if audio is muted or something like that, it's as a result of I kept getting striked because of it. So I'll keep an update in the comments or the description or something, so just be looking out for that. If there's a reason why maybe the actual audio itself is muted or whatever reason it is, just be understanding that there could be different things going on with that. So I'm going to work around and try and play with it till I can get it. Lastly, to the actual show, I have zero clue anything about this. As far as I'm aware, it is like supernatural time travel stuff, and that's the farthest that I'm aware of literally anything. I know there's 11 episodes. I know we're getting a second season. That's as far as I know. I know this is Chinese based. They have a name for it. It's not technically anime, but I don't know what the name is, so please let me know, just so that, you know, I'm on the same page and I'm not disrespecting anything that I fully understand. Also, as a result, I've not seen anything by the studio because they really don't have anything out. So whole bunch of new experiences here. I know it has high praise, it has a high score on Mal. I have some people that I've talked to before who specifically have cited this is really, really phenomenal. So expectations are rather high for this, but I really don't know what else I'm getting into outside of that. But I'll make my own decisions. So overall, let me know anything that you feel might be useful for me to know. If you like it, all the like and subscribe to mean a lot to me. Feel free to stick around for discussion. Leave any comments about this episode or this series. Let's get going though. Episode 1, Link Click. Also, I don't know. I just started. I don't know if this is the right audio. I can't read it. I think this is the right one, but if I'm wrong, let me know. I'll change it next time. Faster future. You got 12 hours. Okay. What are we about to do? Weird. I don't know what happened. They're just teaming up, I think. I thought we were about to get like a Tokyo Revengers like handshake time travel shit. I've gotten nothing from this intro so far. It's vibey though. I got nothing outside of that. Interesting style with the bars. It makes my activate Windows thing really pop.
包租婆又来吸血喽！把照片搁柜台上吧。之前我哪儿都不会去，你要敢撵我走，我就原地上吊。看你爸怎么找新租。幼稚。
I'll fucking kill myself. Try and make me meme.
想拿到他们的核心财务数据。
We have to. Is this like illegal shit that we're about to be getting into?
为了避免系统被黑，他也从不在
Okay, so we're hacking shit.
随身携带。
时间紧，任务重，你别卖关子了，快说突破口在哪儿吧。
I like her phone case.
他的助理
Emma.
是有机会看到数据的最佳人选。
So we gotta use her somehow.
有戏。
So he can, huh?
且仅有一次。
I don't know if I understood that right, but it looks like he can get into this shit somehow and like see through memories in a way.
第三，哎，无论过去，
The intro scene
不管将
again.
来，负责进入照片，你负责给我带路。准备，
So we can go through photos and travel through time in that sense.
出发。住手！
And take control of. Oh, interesting.
是，都听你的。
So he takes over her body through the photo while the other guy can still lead him as a guiding voice for whatever reason that's able to happen. Maybe Buddy has some other powers that I'm not aware of.
哎，是不是该吃完这份春卷了？
Also, do they hear his voice like this, or is it just like
外卖还
so we understand who's inside?
哦，来了。
Okay, okay, it's just the
注意你的仪态。
啊，朱总，我这就过来。
怎么样？这个仪态够不够端正啊？
怎么了？好像心情不太好。
You're enjoying yourself a little too much
刚
here.
才想那个臭男人，突然被我发现。
只能用另一句谎话来掩盖。哼，
Lie can only be solved by another, huh? Oh, bro, you're about to get yourself in some shit.
还是没有啊？
I don't know.
没有，赶紧把话题绕回正。刚看到你发的朋友圈，别吃外卖了。等会儿我请你去吃宵夜。
不用了，朱总。
So they're
我
seeing
今天
I'm
可以给他
confused.
挣钱
That's alright.
要不还是早点回家吧。
你一个人打拼也不容易，有什么需要，尽管跟我。
It's a little aggressive, a little creepy. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
我快2年了，自己
No, that's not gonna work. But you're putting Emma in a very uncomfortable position right now. She doesn't even know it.
要我做什么？
I want you to leave me alone.
公司。
我的办公室
It's my office. Nobody can see us. Yeah.
最好的地方，
Ah, fuck, bro.
而且我也没有什么拍照留念的不良嗜好，所以你大可
Taking
放心
photos, is that so you can't get through the moments?
说的有戏不会是指
Like relive it in a way?
为达目的。
I might be misunderstanding this whole thing.
坑爹！
Make out with the boy. Come on.
就需要用更多改变来弥补。那么，历史的
Right. So we can't really change it. Oh.
就是现在，推开他。
对不起啊，朱总，儿子，别挂啊！呸，是你女儿。
So confused.
来的真不是时候。
All right, buddy, you're creepy. We're good. We're good. So we're using moments in time, such as pictures, it seems like, as ways
这是晚
to
饭时拍的照片。
dive through memories in a way, or dive through timelines of futures and shit.
妈，都什么年代了？
Yeah, this is natural now. Yeah.
干净卫生。
Don't let your mom see your moments. Oh,
啊，一不小心点差了。
no, it wasn't.
对了，明天早上9点开会前，记得把会议室整理一下。
好的，朱总。
临走时记得检查一下同事的垃圾分类。
Jesus Christ. Poor lady has to do so much.
后面该干嘛？
没听朱总吩咐吗？写材料啊。没事，我会一直陪着。
So what do I do now? He's like, bro, you're gonna do the fucking work. That really sucks.
说他是不是日复一日过着这样的日子？
Yeah, it's a sad fucking
说
life.
好的，无论过去，你该关心的是。
说9点开始的那个，
It's our opportunity to get the info we need.
10点之前必须拿到数据。最后1个小时是我们唯一的。
Who's messaging her? Is it the manager? This is gonna be lame, bro. He like shows up or some shit. I wonder when he like takes over here, like the state that the current like person would go into, you know? Like if it's just like an instant flash to when they come back or like what it is. But also if this is like a timeline thing too, they might not know it.
你爹为了你这块心头肉啊，刀山火海都干过，看看，都烫红了。
We're building up Emma a little bit too much here for it to just be a simple, oh, we're going into this operation. Like some shit's gonna happen. It's not gonna be good, huh?
快去对
Oh, it's him.
有手有脚自己拿去，我还差一锅汤没熬完。
Leaving you all alone. Also, Emma. Interesting. Similar in a way to his. No. Music's fucking crazy this whole time. It's been going for like 15 minutes, it feels like. They just keep elevating it into something new. I don't know what it is. Yeah. Normal worries of a parent. Yeah. The wall between the two. Huh. That breaks him down, realizing that there's people there still for her, and it seems like he doesn't have anyone left. 8 a.m. It's fucking go time. Got an hour. Till we gotta start. When we work till like fucking 2 and then get home for like probably 3 or some shit. Oh my god. Hell of a life.
不是为了还清欠包租婆的债。
倒霉活
啊！
你不想干，有的是人想干，这样才能早日变成凤凰，飞
Oh,
出你的
Phoenix. Huh.
急什么？还有人没到呢。
He'll give you the cue. He'll give you the cue. Settle down.
我还要等多久啊？
剧透可耻。就是现在！
Oh.
快碰翻他的杯子！
你
He knows. Oh. You did it, and now you're gonna.
别！我自己来。
Has to you to view over all the data on the screen.
好啊，那会抓个正着。
人齐了。
怪不得他天天说加班，原来是有个小
Oh, oh, oh.
这开着会呢，手往哪儿伸呢？
Just trying to help.
是他老缠着我。
啊？
听我的。
We're gonna turn it on
你
her.
要说什么？我才没有！贱货！
陈小
You gotta calm down. You have to calm down. You're gonna fuck shit up if you don't.
第一，你只有12个小时；第二，要完全听从我的指挥，不能做出任何改变；第三，
唉，无论过去，
不问将来。
你还敢瞪我？
I'm so on edge because I don't know what's gonna happen. He's gonna act up, dude. He's not gonna take it. Oh, he is. Look at the screen. Is there shit on there?
数据我都记下，
Mm-hmm.
委托完成。
Ah.
昨日，趣德游戏因财报数据作假而遭停牌，涉案人朱某和胡某已被警方批捕。
Wow.
真做了什么？一切都会因此而改变吗？
Yeah.
职业污点，
Yeah.
这行啊，你肯定做不了了。
Oh.
学点别的吧。
She gets fucked over completely because of this now. Recycled the same scene, but it's her this time. At least she's got her family, right? There's still people who deeply care. The spring rolls left behind. Was it him? Wow.
妈，我想你们了。
As if it was
真做
him.
了什么傻事吧？
I don't think it's stupid.
叫他俩激动的啊，偏要扎个春卷偷偷的给你送过来。后来又说这天凉了，要跟家床北住，还要带厚的棉衣棉裤。我说城市里啥都有卖的，他偏说自己风的最暖和。
Okay, I thought he did it somehow this morning, but yeah.
实在不喜欢，不要也就不要了。
要，
Yeah.
你们能不能别走？
咱们这不是怕耽误你工作吗？
I don't really got work right now.
你们在火车站别动，我这就过去。啊！
我还真想知道，他现在过得好不好。
He felt a real connection through to her.
没事，刚听你说着急去火车站，我开车可以顺路捎上你。
Uh-oh.
我说过，不问将来。
哎，不问不问。
Never ask because the things you do might fuck something up. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Or is it just because you'll find an answer you don't want to know?
来是社会时事。昨晚在成 江河内发现一具女尸。据警方调查，死者生前在雀德游戏担任财务相关工作，目前不排除因工作失利而选择投河的可能。本台会对后续侦查情况做追踪报道。
好，来了。
Wow. This was absolutely fascinating to me as an episode, the entirety of it. I found myself confused for the early half until you start getting a hang of kind of what's going on and understanding, but absolutely fascinating. So many different aspects of it, between the overall direction of the show, the art direction, the animation itself, the different characters, the different powers and abilities they can do, and then creating things such as different things like butterfly effects regarding time travel and what's going to happen, you know, changing outcomes to the extreme, hiding things from your partners, things that can, you know, kind of occur, and really changing the outcourse of other people's lives who you have no real connection or understanding of to begin with. Fascinating. So many different aspects I think are so cool about this. I was really excited, or going into this at least, and episode 1 did not disappoint in the slightest. Really good. Maybe not, I don't, it could be completely over, but you might have even gotten a antagonist introduction there at the end with that blonde guy. I don't know for a fact, or if this is like a one-off thing and he's not really involved and it's just to show you kind of the direction and what occurred with Emma. But really cool, really fascinating how kind of everything goes. The only criticism I have, which could literally just be a personal thing, is the voice acting that kind of comes along with this, of the not being able to feel a full, like, clear distinction that comes out between the main characters. And even when they started introducing like other people, a lot of them, the way that their voice sounds, like the tones and everything, started sounding very similar. And I felt that they weren't as expressive as, like, I guess things that I'm kind of used to. But that also could just be a personal thing, because I've never really listened to anything in this language, like regarding like a form of media or anything. So it's not really something that I was too familiar with. So that could be just kind of off-putting for that reason. And it might grow on me as things kind of go. So it's not really a bad criticism. It's just I might need more time to become accustomed to kind of how this wound up. The episode itself, like I said, is so fascinating to me. We open up with a sequence that we replay later, kind of giving you a brief look into kind of what's going to occur, and then actually start explaining it a bit more beforehand. We start understanding it appears we have two main characters here who have two different abilities. We also meet a girl later on, and I don't know what her deal is or what she's really capable of. She just might be our info girl who kind of like goes out of her way to find things. But these guys seem to have these supernatural powers in a way. White hair boy over here appears to have the ability to look into a situation, to see when they find a photo, they're able to find a picture of somebody. And I believe this is how it is. Maybe he can do this literally for everybody in every situation, but he appears to be able to pinpoint a certain time based on that, based on like when this image is taken, and he can either look 12 hours past, 12 hours forward, right? Like he can go back and forth between the two, regardless of the two, and fully understand kind of the situation that we find ourselves in, and what it is that he needs while he's using, it appears, his job here to, actually, I don't know what his job is overall, like I don't know what his purpose is here, but that's kind of the gist of what it seems like he can do, where the black guy here can use the photos, and whoever the photo is taken by, so in this situation, in this episode specifically, it was Emma, is able to get into Emma's body as a result, be able to look through these moments, access her, and kind of travel through time in that sort of sense. We lead with a lot of, at the beginning here at least, specifically the white hair guy saying, do not change anything, just follow the things that I say. He is somebody who, he can't physically put himself in the position to join in on this operation in a way of like physically being there, but he can observe and kind of overlook everything that's occurring. So he's being used as a guiding voice in a way to make sure that nothing really changes. He focuses and specifically makes this very clear multiple times throughout the episode, because he probably firsthand knows here how fucked up things can really get regarding a situation if timelines are really fucked with. If you go ahead and do something that this girl ended up not doing, you can really fuck things up, which we ultimately see at the end with her and getting kidnapped in a way, it seems like, or getting killed, taken by this guy who she takes a ride from, which was a mistake on her part to begin with. Probably shouldn't have done something like that, but it ends up happening. I think they foreshadowed for the most part that she was probably going to end up killing herself at some point, unfortunately, and I think they kind of foreshadowed that, and instead she ended up getting murdered, which is probably a worse way I'd say to go. So regardless, even if she was gonna die, it still fucks up the timeline completely, because it just does. That's not something that you really mess with. You see that all the time in media, different shows and different things. Do not fuck up with this. Do not play around with this, especially when you go into different things, especially if you're going back in the past or going in the future doing something, because it could really fuck shit up, which is really cool. Time travel stuff is very hard to really pull off effectively. in specific ways, right? If you're doing things where you're going back in the past, it usually can work decently, because then all the operations of like the things that happen to occur in the future change drastically as a result. But if you're going into the future and really fuck around with some shit, it really, I guess it works both ways, but it can be very, very tricky for them to kind of navigate. So interesting to see the approach that they're kind of taking here. The OP is really cool. I like the way that they kind of do the hand movements and everything. I don't think it really tells us too much about the show, but it's really cool. Also, I didn't really talk about it, but the black bar specifically, this style and way that we go about it is really, really cool. Actually, I like that a lot. The only time I don't like it is when the subtitles have to appear and they're like halfway on the screen and halfway in the black, and it like is a little weird. Also, because I have my activate windows, which you can probably see on here, because I refuse to activate windows, so it's a bit all like, so it's very apparent when I'm doing a show like this, but that's okay. Introduce us to this main girl. These three kind of seem to have a very fun way of doing things. Character design, something I completely skipped over, really, really good, I think, for the most part. They make two fairly attractive male-looking leads. I think the main girl's very cute. The character designs are good overall. They seem to have a good dynamic between all of them, so it works out pretty well. She seems to be our info girl. She seems to be the one who's using her phone to specifically go through and find this stuff regarding what these two guys need to do for their job. So she's the one who kind of finds the jobs for us to do, and then they just kind of do it, it seems like. That seems to be her job. So she's able to find a photo specifically of the secretary here, and Buddy, the white hair guy. I'm not going to remember names, just so you know, like I'm literally not going to get any of them. I'm just going to call them by their hair color, and then when I talk about the girl, I'm just going to say the girl. You'll have to understand. Anyways, he's able to look into the photo that she has, and they call these moments, it seems like, and he's able to flash through these moments and figure out the scenario of the way that things go, put that into his memory and remember how things go. And then once the black hair guy kind of goes into her body and starts altering things in a way, or starts doing things so they can specifically get the data that it seems like they're searching for, it works out kind of perfect, because he already knows the order of operations of everything that happens, and what he should stay, and what the things that he should do to really not change anything in the future. We go through this whole process. Very, very cool kind of how they do it. We go through the original thing once again. The sequence that we saw at the beginning puts us into this. This initially got me concerned how the voice was going to work, if he was just going to have his voice still, because that's all we heard at first. But interesting too that they can communicate somehow, so I don't know how that works. Maybe that's just another power of the white hair guy, and he can kind of just tap in and communicate with people through this, which would be wild to think about. Or maybe it's because they did the handshake thing or whatever it was that they did. They created some sort of connection when they both went in, so they both had some sort of lasting like connection together. Had some like funny comedy moments and stuff mixed in here until things got kind of creepy with the secretary Emma and her boss. Things kind of went weird, but white hair guy kept being like, please just focus, do exactly what you have to do. He also said as well, the boss, that he actually saw through her moments as well the thing that she was going to be eating and stuff, I believe. That's what he said. So if that's the case, other people have the ability to look through and see these moments, which is rather interesting. Maybe I'm misunderstanding that completely, but it seems like that's the case. So there might be other people with these extraordinary fucking abilities and supernatural things that are happening here. So it's going to be very tricky to kind of figure out how this shit's going to kind of overlap and work together. Maybe my understanding of that's wrong, but the mom also seemed to know exactly what she was doing. So maybe she just posted a picture of it somewhere, and then he didn't have to, look too much into it. He just knew what it was. So I might be looking a little bit too far into that. Anyways, have some talk with the family and stuff. The mom and dad seem to be a bit weird regarding the daughter, but the daughter also seems to be kind of put off by them in some sort of way. Maybe something happened, maybe something different. They just seem to care a lot by her, but it might bother her because she gets nagged by them a lot. Understandable kind of how that happens. We have to work through the entirety of the night, which is really, really shitty. And we just kind of see the shitty life that Emma has kind of have to live through, being the one who has to put everything on her back and work way harder, it seems like, than anybody else at this office that she works with, and wake up and be the first one there in the morning too. Like, it's a really, really shitty situation. Ultimately, she gets home. We start seeing some dream states of some stuff going on. We flash this part was really cool to me. We see Emma and her family, it seems like, having a dinner, eating those spring rolls together and having just a good time overall. And then we just flash to black hair guy as if he's with his family in a way, but they leave him in this situation. Ask questions about, are they going to come back? Are they really gone, type of thing. Makes me wonder, he connected on a emotional level with her in a way of seeing her have a good time with her family and then them kind of walk away or distance themselves in some sort of way from her. And he connected that on that on a certain level. It makes me feel like his parents are gone though, so it really hit him hard, realizing that she still has people around her who are checking up and calling on her and caring for her, and it kind of something that he kind of fucked around and is upset about, not being able to connect on this. If that is the case, I might be completely off with what I just said there, but if that is the case, I truly do wonder though if maybe something happened with his parents as a result of fucking up timelines sometime in the past, and he's just not fully aware of that, and that could be really, really shitty, and that might come full circle at some point and be revealed, and then he could kind of go rogue as a result of that. I think that would be an interesting way to kind of present something like this, but that this also might have not happened. I might just be delusional in the way I perceived it. We also find out that you can kind of connect memories in a way and inherit the memories in some sort of part of our people that we take over their bodies with. So that's why he was able to connect with her on some level and understand her fundamentally, her relation with her parents and stuff like that, and kind of relate it to himself, it seemed like. We also get this moment where he kind of is initiating hands-on contact with her, or him, I guess, at this point, and being supportive in a way and trying to get him to go to sleep. Interesting how that works. It might just be like a way of display here. Like this might not actually be happening, but interesting. I don't know. Phone blowing up though, but he goes through the phone and starts realizing he's getting a lot of messages from the mom. It seems like Emma told the entire story and the things that have happened to the parents through text, and as a result, he wasn't aware of that and was able to go through the text and see that they've been in contact about this and that they've extremely worried about him in a way. And that really, really hits him emotionally. I really love this shot between the two here with them being divided through the wall. We put the plan finally into action the next morning. He basically times everything perfect with the wife, it appears, or whoever this is, showing up and kind of pressing him about it. Emma ends up getting put in a shitty position, getting bitch slapped and everything that happened. But we really put things to the test here of understanding that you only have 12 hours. And if you fuck shit up, if you get involved here and you do something and we're still not able to get the code, it's really going to mess things up. You're also going to mess up the timeline if you start acting irrational in some sort of way. So he's trying to calm Emma down now in the situation, be like, do not slap this girl, do not attack, do not go on the offensive, don't do anything, just kind of let it settle down and don't do anything that Emma didn't end up doing. So we're able to calm him down, just let him kind of take it, looks over at the sheet, is able to gain all the code info as a result. Things work out pretty well. Unfortunately, in this situation, though, the boss and everybody else involved here gets arrested for, I don't remember what they said, but it was like fraud, or they were doing something, or forging numbers, or they were doing some shit that they shouldn't have, not reporting things. I don't know. That's the way that things kind of happen because of the way that they set up this timeline here, believing all is well, right? We did a good thing. We kind of set her free. Unfortunately, Emma seems to also take a blow from this because she worked at this company and she worked extremely close with this guy, and kind of, I guess at this point they would just put the blame on her because she let it happen. I don't know if that's even the case. Like, I don't know why she takes a hit reputation wise because what somebody close to her did that she didn't do. I guess it's the classic thing, like if somebody in your family does something, it turns people off from you, and you don't want to associate with that person or give them a chance, even though they are their own people. I just know like certain cultures and stuff are different and weird about that. So I don't know if it was a similar situation just because she was close in relation to him at that time, but she seems to be kind of fucked up and can't really do anything about her job now. I don't know if she ended up losing it or if they're just saying that she's not going to be able to find one in the future or a new one because of what ended up occurring here. We get home, we find some spring rolls on the table. She's like, where the fuck did this come from? I initially thought that the black hair guy did it in the morning and then left it so Emma had something when she came home, like a memory of the family in a way. It wasn't the case. I was completely off on that. The mom ended up making it after all the conversation and everything that happened that night. Yeah, so the mom pulled up, basically made these for her, dropped them off, and then kind of dipped at the same time to not distract her or bother her anyway, like, you know, something that she wouldn't want to see or have her having contact. It puts some extra stress on her being like, oh, now I gotta look after you and make sure that everything's okay and you're situated here if you're like hanging out with me or together with me. So the parents try and be good people and get away, drop off like a care package in a way and kind of get away. We get more questioning about not being stupid, not doing things that are really going to alter these timelines. But we end up finding out that black hair guy the night before went on his phone and kind of left a message saying that he misses the parents. Emma being able to go through and see these messages now and see the conversation that kind of occurred, started feeling like maybe I do miss her. Maybe I do miss, we got the spring rolls, everything in regards to that. Maybe I do kind of miss them and I've been kind of cold and off-putting towards them, and goes to apologize in a way and wants to see the parents, you know, at least one time here. Little does she know it's going to lead to a drastic change in the shit that's about to occur. Running into blonde guy over here who offers to go and take her for a ride. Unfortunately, that doesn't end up turning out well. I wonder if he's going to be our new antagonist. I know I said before, but I wonder if this is like a overall thing or if this is just to go off time thing. I mean, there's a dude out here being a fucking murderer. I feel like we got to get involved in some sort of way, right? We're going to introduce it. And then White Hair Guy consistently says after Buddy asks about how Emma's doing in the future or wants to kind of know, he's like, don't you ask about that. We do not pay attention to the things that happen. Have you ever had a situation, because I can relate to this, where you spend money on something? This can relate to anything. I can relate this to a lot of things. But you ever like buy something for a certain price, not something that has like a set price that it goes for, but you ever like buy something at a certain price and then, or sell something for a certain price, and then like a month later you go back and you look and you realize that it's a lot cheaper than what you just bought it for, or it's a lot more expensive than what you ended up selling it for beforehand, and you feel like an idiot for the things that you've done. It's similar in this situation where they fucked up, and or where you might fuck up if you look into the future and start regretting the decisions and the actions that you caused, and it can really mess you up, especially in this line of work that they're in. If you start getting in your own head, you could start dealing with, like, we might be able to go into a psychological aspect to this here too, of them regretting a lot of the things that they do and not wanting to do this job anymore, and kind of putting themselves through the pain and realizing the harm that they might be causing others, thinking that they're doing a good thing at the end of the day, but really might be fucking up the kind of stuff that we do, especially because as Buddy looks at his phone, we find out that they are claiming Emma might have killed herself, but finding out that it appears the guy that she was with ended up killing her, dropping her in a river or something, they ended up saying. Tough one, dude. It's a strong emotional pull that they did. They did a brilliant build up of Emma giving you personal things regarding to her, her character, without us actually ever meeting her as a character, if we're being honest, because we followed our two mains the entire time while he was inside of her body. So brilliant way to put that. I think it was so good. Everything about this was so lovely, and I loved it so much. Actually did. This is a great introduction. Sometimes with a lot of shows, I'm like, through the first episode, I'm like, I'm feeling this, and then maybe I'm like, really not, or I'm like, I'm feeling some things about this, and then it grows on me later on, right? This is something I can feel from the first episode here. I'm feeling big time, and I'm like, this is really cool, and I hope that they keep it up very well. I have no doubts it seems like that they won't, but I also, get nervous. Time travel stuff can get really messy, so really kind of nervous the way that they're gonna kind of approach that more in the future, but I'm excited to see the kind of way that we progress this a bit more, and the route that they plan to take here, whether we are going to do like an ultimate hunt towards this blonde guy as like an antagonist, whether he's not really involved at any point and I'm focusing too much on that. What's going to happen if the White Hair Guy's going to ever tell his partner about what exactly occurred here, ever going to let him know about the future and let him in at some point? I doubt that's going to happen, but if he does, it really might put off Buddy from ever participating in this stuff again and not wanting to fuck up timelines and things regarding that. If the thing I said about parents is true, if that actually happens and we find out that Buddy's parents got like killed as a result of one of these effects, that would really suck. Truly some interesting stuff that they've kind of presented here, and I'm excited to kind of see how this goes. I do wonder too if we're going to have like any overall big arcs or big jobs that we're going to have to do that are going to take a few episodes to occur, or if we're going to strictly just shrink it down and just do one episode new thing that kind of occurs each time. That'd be cool. Or if there's things that are going to play, I'd be really interested too if there's things that are going to play from this episode that are going to be very important to remember and keep in mind regarding the final episode, not specifically about abilities and stuff, but maybe characters and things that they kind of presented, and connect it all the way along if it's going to be one of those types of journeys and stories. Very excited and interested to see the kind of way that this goes. Very excited to get into episode 2. Like I said, I might be watching ahead here because I'm trying to get all these done and uploaded and edited and everything in time for the next season, which is in like 2 weeks. So I fucked up my schedule on that, so that's on me. But I'm going to try my damn hardest to make that happen. So there might be 3 or 4 of these up a week. So as a result, if you leave any comments about this, I might not be able to see them before I watch one of the future episodes, but trust me, I will go through and read all of them and revisit things and understand the things that I've gotten wrong. And it will help me expand my understanding and appreciation for the story overall. So please leave anything that you have and you want to express about this show in general, whether it be about the power systems, the things that I said that might be completely off the mark and you need to correct. Literally anything, just how you felt after watching this first episode, what you really like about the series, what you don't, anything in your mind, anything unique that you feel about this completely being different. Once again, just let me know. I would really appreciate any interaction. It means a lot. Please leave a like and subscribe. They do really mean a lot as well to me. And feel free to check out the other videos on the channel. I'll be back for episode 2 very shortly though. You guys have a good one. See ya.